Hello, guys. Welcome to episode 7 of the Performance Parakone podcast. We're over here at the Omaha Michelada Fest down at the Riverfront by the Luminarium. We're really excited for this episode. I'm your host, Marcos Suleyma, and our co-host.
Yeah, I'm your favorite co-host, Suleyma, and surprise, surprise, change of scenery. We are here at the Omaha Michelada Fest. Welcome to our 7th episode.
Yeah.
And here we are with Carlos Hurtado, founder of the Omaha Michelada Fest. Hi, Carlos. How are you doing today?
Good. Thank you guys for coming out here and doing this. This production is on another level, man. Thank you guys for coming out and doing this, man.
Yeah.
No, thank you for letting us come out here and be a part of this. First, how you feeling? First festival, huh?
First festival, bro. I had my first cocktail with a double shot.
Oh, shoot.
Because I'm nervous.
No, don't be nervous. You're among friends, so you can talk comfortably. Suleyma. Wow. You got me there.
I got you. And you still told me.
I did, yeah.
No, but genuinely, I think based on how it's going great so far. But tell us a little bit, how has it been setting this up? What time do you have to get out here? What has this been like for you?
So we got out here. I think we got here by 7:30.
Okay.
Doors just open at 12. We had our vendor booth set up and just running back and forth, man. Just getting the wristbands ready, the tote bags, the tickets, everything, bro.
It's 1 p.m.
So
if you guys are wondering, so we just started.
We're in.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, you have to get locked in.
Yeah, locked in and loaded.
Yes.
So we only have you for a second. So you guys know, we're actually going to bring on the co-founder, I guess, Dayana's co-founder.
Dayana, yes, she's la jefa. She's the boss.
She's the boss.
She's the boss.
So she's going to be coming on here too, but we're curious, they don't know, but you guys recently had a kid.
Man.
So what is
Number 3, right?
Number
3, going for 8, right?
Going for 12.
No. Look, I'm going for 11. I want a whole soccer team.
Dang.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's it, bro. That's it. Hasta ahí llegamos. That's it.
But
we're going to tap out.
I think something that, over here, especially that we're talking about, especially being Latinos, a Latino podcast focused, we talk a lot about family and what it means that when we're elevating ourselves, we're also elevating our family. And, I've seen you guys over here. The baby is everywhere. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of the team almost. So can you talk to us, what is some of the struggles and difficulties of being an entrepreneur, starting a festival, first festival, and having a kid?
It's hard, man. It's hard because, not only do we have a newborn, but we have a 1-year-old and then we have a 4.5-year-old back at home. So, it's just, it's a lot of, we can't just get up and do things, right? We have to, where are the girls going to go? Because the baby's got to be with Dayana, with my wife, because she's breastfeeding. So if y'all wondering, he's actually here in the RV. He's chilling.
Hey, bring him out. No,
bring him out. He's actually eating right now, so that's why she can't be here.
Yeah.
Fair.
But no, it's really hard. It's like just organizing ourselves. Where are the girls going to go? Who are they going to stay with? And like you said, man, going back to that family, right? We lean on our family. We lean on my mom, on my dad, on my mother-in-law, so.
Are they here?
My mother-in-law is selling right here. Yes, she's here.
Wow, the whole team.
Got to plug her in.
Yeah.
But my parents are back at home with the girls, so it's really hard, man. Even just getting ready for the festival, working throughout the week.
Yeah.
It's really, really hard. And, she has her own business. I have my Michelada business. And then this is a whole nother endeavor that we started.
Yeah.
So it's been really hard to juggle, pero, we're here, bro.
We're here.
So.
Yeah. So the first Latino festival here in the Riverfront, how does that feel?
I still don't believe it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't.
It's not going to hit you until after, huh?
I think so. I guess growing up, I've always wanted to, of course, I've come to festivals downtown, this and that, events that they've had, but I'm like, when is there going to be a Latino one, right?
Yeah.
Something like this where they bring groups. We're bringing a group from Chicago that, they're popping on Instagram and social media. So it's like I've growing up here in Omaha since I was 8 or 9. I've always wondered, when is it going to be our turn?
Yeah.
And, it almost came about without even meaning to.
Yeah.
That somebody said, hey, I think they rent that out. We looked into it. With Dayana and Marcos, and it came about. We weren't sure if we were gonna do it here. Still back in May, I think we were still keeping our options open. Well, maybe we might go to another park, but just having it here, I feel like at the heart of Omaha, downtown Omaha. It's just another feeling. It's just something else, right? It elevates the experience. I mean, look at this shit. We got
we got see that.
We got the pedestrian bridge back over there at night. The lights are gonna turn on. We got the Missouri River right here. I mean, what else can we ask for, man? You know?
Yeah, it's very popular over here, especially since it was just built last August. So a lot of people have been having events here. So it's great that you guys got to get your little slot in for this festival, because it's going to be the first of many, I'm sure.
Yes. It's our first year, you know, our first on our own, and you know, we're just blessed that the people of Omaha. You know, we're so open to and ready for this too. You know, and I don't know. I just think we're so blessed to be here.
So, question: how old are you?
If you want to say.
If you want to say. All right, that's cool.
How old do you want me to be? I'm about to be 30 in a few months.
Well, so. I think that, like, especially looking at entrepreneurs, like, that's pretty young. Start a festival before age of 30. I mean, like, people don't even start festivals a lot of the time. You know, to start a festival, that takes, like, community, passion, faith. There's a lot of stuff that go into that.
A mix of everything.
So, like, what was birthed this idea? I mean, you said people kind of just told you about it, but, like, what do you think, like, brought you to do an Omaha Michelada Fest, you know? Can you tell me a little bit about where you started?
Yeah, bro. So for me, you know, I have my little baby, right? I have 3 kids, but then I have my little baby. My little baby is Toximiche. You know, so we founded that back in 2020. You know, I started selling from my house. Right? I started in my kitchen. You know, so now we have a commercial kitchen. We have all of that. So just the fact that just micheladas were selling so much. And then, you know, just seeing other bigger cities have their own Michelada Fest. Since 2021, we've had this idea. You know, it would be dope to gather, especially middle to end of 2021. More Michelada mixes started coming out. You know, so I'm like, this community keeps growing. It would be dope to have a Michelada Fest where, and this was exactly our vision, you know, have a whole bunch of micheladas come together. You know, we have some from Lincoln, Sioux City, Omaha. There was actually one from Chicago that was going to come out. He couldn't come out due to family issues, but he's looking into coming next year. But, you know, so I was like, it would be dope to do something like that with grupos, and you know, we got lucky. We booked this group, but that's kind of where the idea came from, bro. You know, just our love for micheladas and everything. So,
well, I'm gonna have to try Toximiche.
Damn, he still hasn't tried.
I know, I'm kind of fake. Listen, guys, I'm not a big michelada fan, but
hashtag fake.
Hashtag hater. I'm actually either big. I'm just kidding. No, I think that's really curious to see, like, how long it's taking you guys to go here, and knowing a little bit back. I mean, you guys participated in another festival, La Chingona Fest or something like that as well?
The Midwest Chingona Fest.
Yeah, so you know, to give some clarity on that, last year we did a collaboration with them. We are very grateful for their collaboration. It was an idea that we had. We weren't sure how the people in Omaha were going to if they were ready or not. So we said, let's do a collab with you guys and see if the Omaha area is ready for something like this. And turns out that they are.
They were ready.
Know? That festival last year, it was a collaboration. Midwest Chingona Fest and Omaha Michelada Fest, both together. We brought in about 6,000 people last year.
Dang.
You know, so that's where we're like, man, y'all are ready for this. You know, so I think this is definitely an upgrade, bringing everybody here to the Riverfront.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
So I'm curious. So you started. You're 30, right? So you started.
Almost.
Almost. Sorry, almost.
29 and a half.
Señor. So I'm curious to know, like, if someone who maybe wants to start their own business and is like a young entrepreneur, what advice would you give that person? And they are trying to, you know, they're stuck in, I don't know, taking their business to the next step. What advice would you give them?
Just do it. You know, it's like a lot of people spend a lot of time just thinking about it, right? We can all sit there and be like, oh, one day I'm gonna do this. One day. Next thing you know, a year, 2 years have gone by. So it's like, just do it. It's like, you know, just create your own goal list. Like, what do I need to do to start? Of course you need money. Of course you need your materials and everything, right? So it's like, how can you How can you start that? But nothing's gonna happen if you don't start, right?
Just take that leap of faith.
Exactly, and more than anything too, it's like believing in yourself. But for me, I don't know if you guys are believers. I am big into my faith, and when I pray and everything, I just say, once I make it, once I get there, I'm not going to take all the credit. I'm just going to say I'm blessed to be here. It was all thanks to you. So I think this is a great opportunity just to say, just have that faith. If you're a believer, if you're not, have that faith that you're going to make it. So that's why I just say, I'll always say I'm so blessed to be here.
Yeah.
You talked about like community, especially. I mean, I know you have a podcast.
Yes, sir.
You want to tell us a little bit about it?
What's it called?
Se llama Daddy. No, se llama Ayapa.
Say it the way you want to say it.
Daddy. No, that's your nickname.
Hey, for real. That's what they call me behind the scenes.
No, that's what I call him behind Daddy.
On camera too now.
Okay.
Hey, why are you getting all red?
Is she shy?
Don't be shy. Shit, we're friends, remember?
What's your name?
No, so the name of the podcast is Ayapa Podcast. It's with my best friend. His name is Kevin. We hop on Fortnite. We play Fortnite. We're huge gamers. We've had like such deep conversations just playing Fortnite and having those deep conversations. So that's where the idea came about. Every time that we're together, we just say that a lot. Ayapa, something funny. Ayapa, something. You can take a joke a different way. So that was just our word, and it's always been since I met him. So we were thinking about a name. We're like, well, what do we? So that idea was just perfect. And we talk a little bit about everything. We bullshit and everything too. But we also bring on entrepreneurs, and we ask kind of those same questions that you guys are asking. We've brought the founder of Típico Helado, Chuy. He just came on, and part 2 coming soon.
Okay, bet.
His new location in West Omaha.
Yeah.
So we're prepping for that. But follow us, Ayapa Podcast on Apple
We'll leave
Podcasts
a link in the bio and our YouTube.
Please, thank you.
And
And YouTube.
if you're a starting entrepreneur, then that sounds like a good idea to listen to that podcast, maybe.
Yes, come on and listen to it. I think Chuy from Típico Helado, his story is just it's so inspirational.
I've met him, and
because he
great.
literally started from nothing.
Yeah.
He came here with nothing, just the clothes that he had on his back. And now he was able to build this empire, and where people see him. 5 trailers, 3 locations, one coming soon. He's expanding, and for me, I look up to him, and I tell him, when I grow up, I want to be like you,
You're like, Ayapa.
She's getting it. Ayapa.
She gets it.
So he told me I'm opening up a 3rd location. I said, Ayapa, so there you go. If y'all wondering,
my shoulder.
Yes, I hit pretty hard. I just so if y'all wondering how to use that phrase, there you go. Use it for anything.
Yeah, guys, just be careful.
There you go.
Yes, be careful.
No, but the last thing I kind of want to ask you, because it seems like, again, talking about Entrepreneur Festival, Toximiche, your podcast, and you used to be a DJ, right?
Man, I used to be everywhere.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So this wasn't the first thing that, like, we'd say start your entrepreneur kind of spirit.
No, bro. So I was a DJ. I started at the age of 15. I just retired. I just didn't want to do it no more.
Retired?
I just took
30?
Where's the comeback? I'm expecting.
Hey, already that came and went already, bro. No, es que, Toximiche was just taking too much of my time, so I was like, I'd rather focus on one thing.
Yeah.
People still hit me up to DJ for their weddings, for their quinces. I'm like, I just refer them to somebody else.
Yeah.
So I was a DJ for about 11 years. But that wasn't my very first one either. I started mobile detailing, car detailing thing. I used to sell soccer shirts.
Wow.
Back in Mexico, I used to sell my t-shirt, my lunch for 10 pesos, 10 pesos. And I used that money for candy because they used to sell it up.
So did you move here from Mexico then?
Yes, sir.
At what age?
I was, I believe, 8 and a half. I turned 9 here.
Okay.
So originally from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico.
Okay, shout out,
Shout out to
and look at this, and you are one of the, I guess you could say, like at the forefront of what the change here is as for Latinos in Omaha now. I mean, look at what you're doing here. I mean, first
I wouldn't say that, but
one of the trailblazers.
I would say trailblazers.
Thank you guys. Thank you. I mean, I don't see myself like that. You know what I mean? But thank you. Thank you guys.
Well, let's go ahead and get the El Jefe over here.
Let's get the jefa.
La jefa.
Jefa. Sorry, my Spanish. Thanks, Carlos, again for joining us.
Yeah, of course. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah, and make sure check the links in the bio for the podcast.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, we're back con la jefa.
Hello. That's
La jefa. Here we have Dayana Hurtado. And we asked Carlos this at the beginning, but I want to hear your perspective. How do you feel about this being the first Latino festival in the Riverfront?
It's a crazy feeling. I feel like sometimes when you think about like those first like historic moments, you know, you never really think that it's going to be you, but I think that's what comes with like trying to make waves for the community, for, you know, just our people, and just putting things out there that maybe people didn't think about before. Mm-hmm. To me, it's kind of like a surreal moment. Like I would have never thought this. I mean, with the whole construction and everything, like this was nothing that we ever anticipated before. But when they brought that up, I was like, wow, like that's historic. So
And
how are you feeling about like the day, all the work that you had to do leading up to it? You a little nervous?
I am. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's what comes with like being the first of anything.
Oh, good thing we have micheladas.
I know micheladas to kind of keep the nerves calm. Yeah, but I think that's the thing. I mean.
Oh, and these are non-alcoholic micheladas, by the way. Yes.
These aren't, but back there.
Yes.
They got all the alcohol. No, I think that's the thing. I think when you're the first in anything, it's just kind of like you're leading the way, so that's exciting. But then at the same time too, it's like people are kind of watching what you're doing. Yeah. So I think that's what's a little nerve-wracking. Yeah. Like to me, my biggest goal is like I just want people to come out to have fun.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
To just experience la cultura overall.
Yeah.
And just know that this is possible for like everybody else to be able to do. Like if another Latino festival comes down here, by all means, like we're ready to support.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think that's something we've been talking about too. It's like the community. I mean, we talked to Carlos. I mean, last year we know that you guys kind of worked with Chingona Fest, like a collaboration to kind of test the waters. And I mean, I feel like that kind of gave you guys security, like, oh, it can be done. Like, people want this, you know? And so I think that going forward, of course, it's always nice to hear, like, how can we support more festivals here, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think that's because, I mean, that was kind of a soft opening, and I'm so grateful, you know, for the opportunity that they gave us to even just try it out. But we were just blown away by just the community that came out to show out. Like, it was crazy.
No, it's sick. And you know, again, we asked Carlos this, but we know that you have a few kids, and you had another one. You popped another one out.
Yeah, just recently.
She's a human, not an animal. She popped one out.
I had a baby. Yeah.
Her kids be beefing with me, man. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. They're great, but like, what is? I mean, this is like a festival is like a whole production, and having a kid, you know, having a newborn on top of your two other daughters. I mean, what is that like?
Man, it's chaotic. I mean, you see my behind the scenes. Like right now, everybody that's close to me kind of sees how I take the newborn around, you know, with me. It's definitely not convenient. I think the lifestyle that we chose or what we had decided to do prior to, it's just like, I know it's not the ideal, but it's definitely something that is just kind of like, we go with the flow of it. I feel like that's all you can really do. But I think it's just like a testament, like nothing should be able to limit you, even like your own family, just finding support from family members, community, or even your friends like that. It comes in very clutch.
Yeah, and I think that that's a good point, because I feel like with Latino festivals, what people in Omaha think about Latino festivals is usually Cinco de Mayo.
Right.
And so I feel like having it here also opens up more opportunities for it to expand beyond 24th Street or, you know, just Omaha in general. So.
And Omaha's growing, I mean, and it's only going to continue to grow, and people are driving in from California, you know, the East Coast, everywhere. So it's just like, how can we make sure that we're kind of representing those communities too as they're coming in?
Yeah, because you guys are bringing some like performers and talent from like all over the Midwest, right?
Yeah, so we have a few performers. One's going to come in from Kansas. She's like a reggaeton artist. Another one's coming in from Indianapolis, and then the other one's from Chicago. And what's crazy now that you're talking about like people coming in besides the artists, since we did ticket sales, we actually were able to see ahead of time who's buying like tickets.
Nice.
So we actually had people even driving as far as like 3 hours away to come to the festival.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like from Schuyler, Columbus, some towns I've never even heard of, but like the word got out and people are driving in. So
that's awesome.
So it's not even just Omaha. It's like, wow, this is like for Nebraska as a whole.
It's a really big milestone.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, next year they're gonna have a michelada statue.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be you.
Me holding my michelada.
And then your baby on the
Sorry, I didn't have anyone to watch it. Imagine, oh my gosh.
That'd be kind of cool.
That would be really cool.
We'll fight for it.
Yeah.
Petition. 100 signatures.
Yeah.
Right now, collect it.
Right now.
Please go online to Omaha Michelada.
So I asked Carlos, let's put him on the spot. How old are you?
I am 28 years old.
And I was telling him the same thing. I mean, to be an entrepreneur at such a young age, I mean, to put on something that you bring in the community together is a feat in itself. But I know that this also is not your only endeavor as an entrepreneur.
No, it's not.
When did it start? What else are you doing?
So I actually, I'm kind of a serial entrepreneur, so I have multiple things. But I started my business it's called Supera Designs. So I do web design and brand strategy for nonprofit organizations. Yeah. So with that, it just started off really small. About 3 years ago, I fully launched that. But I've been doing freelance type work since I was 18. So it was like, it's not something that was new to me. It was just, I've been doing it ever since. And I was finally like, I'm going to take the leap. Yeah. It was after Carlos actually started Toximiche. So of course, he's my partner in that, not just in life, but my business partner as well. So he started that 4 years ago. And then 2 years ago, I actually started Hurrdat Network because there was also a lack of like community togetherness for entrepreneurs to just be able to just like connect, network, get real about things. That's like this is hard, like really hard. It's one thing to just kind of go to 9 to 5 and just like leave and be like, okay, I'm done. But this is like an ongoing thing. So we created Hurrdat Network to kind of build a community around that has diversity, not just in color, but also like age diversity and things like that. So lots of things going on top of that.
No, for sure. And I mean, I know that like at Casa, like I work with you guys a lot too. And so I've seen a lot of like the marketing stuff that you guys do on the side. And I know that, I mean, there's nights you guys are up to 2 a.m. doing who knows business stuff, you know, and so
marketing for everybody else.
Yeah, right.
But ourselves,
I think it's interesting on having to balance, you know, all these different tasks, especially. I mean, some of these questions I'm bringing up with you are similar to the ones we talked to Carlos, but like again, Latino, like you bring in your family is like here with you. You know what I'm saying? Like people are like I just bumped into your mother, I think, in the RV taking care of the baby while I went to the bathroom.
That's my sister's, but she's family still. But sister's mother-in-law. My mom's here selling. Yeah. My nieces are helping.
Yeah.
So the whole family roped in.
I got as many as I could.
Yeah. How important? I mean, I think it's obvious how important it is, but tell me, to you, to have your family supporting you, do you even believe it would be possible without the support of your family?
Oh, no, not at all. I think that's the beautiful thing about, like, the Latino community, that we do kind of come in. Like, that's who we are naturally as, you know, a community. But then to actually live it, like, to be honest with you, when I started entrepreneurship, even though my mom's a business owner, I was even scared to take that leap, even though she had already been doing it. I lived that life, but I was just like, I don't know, for some reason I felt like, what if she doesn't support me? Like, what if she's like, maybe it's too much, you know? Yeah. But no, she was just like, wow, finally, what am I doing? Finally. She's about like, I know. And she was like, I'm surprised this took you so long. And I was just like, dang, like, okay. But I don't know why. Like, even then I was scared to take that leap, but I think I wouldn't have done it. One, if it wasn't for Carlos, because he's more of like the risk taker, like just do it. And then two, knowing that I did have family, because they helped me a lot, obviously, with my kids, but then just promoting things like this and just getting out in the community, like, I couldn't have done this.
So that entrepreneurial gene kind of runs in the family then?
Yeah, it does. I just learned that recently. Yeah. Well, like my family in Mexico, I guess there were a bunch of entrepreneurs. Really? And I didn't even know this. Yeah, I'm shook. I was like, wow, I don't ask enough questions.
Were you born here in the U.S.?
No, I wasn't.
No, you weren't?
Yeah, no. But I came here when I was 3, so I basically grew up in Omaha.
Yeah. But so where were you from? Where'd you come from? Where Mexico?
So I was born in Tulancingo, Hidalgo.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm down there, but I've been here ever since.
Yeah.
So it's not like I know. Literally, we're the only ones here. Just like my core family, that's it.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. But then they're all helping you here, which is crazy. Right. So they're literally here.
Yeah, they're literally here.
They're here when they're needed.
Yeah.
I know.
100%.
Well, when they can. Yeah.
So I want to know about your career. Specifically, like, did you go to college for entrepreneurship, or what was that like journey like?
So, okay, it's been all over the place. But no, I think that's what's kind of more people are moving towards. So I didn't actually graduate college. I did go to college. I attended college. I was actually going for computer science and technology. I really wanted to be a programmer. Like, I'm good at it.
Oh,
but unfortunately, I'm very impatient, and I feel like all those general, elections type things, and then I felt like the school system as it was outdated to where I was trying to go to. Because during that time,
woman.
During that time, for example, like I don't know if you guys have ever heard of UX designers. That was barely like coming out back then when I was, and there wasn't enough programming, and if there were really big like states that I just didn't have funding to go to school for. So instead, that's why I just decided to do freelance and just do it on my own, because I had been doing it for organizations, I've been doing it for business. I was like, I'm already doing it. Let me just continue to self-teach myself more, and I was doing like different like certifications online and different things. So that's how I got into, like bettering my skills, I guess, like as a web designer, graphic designer, things like that. But I got into web design from high school. Yeah. So it's like crazy just thinking about like my timeline like back. Yeah. It's like I've been doing web design, like at least the premises of it. That's kind of what ignited all of that since high school, and that was really the bulk of like that. Wow. But as far as entrepreneurship, it was just more so like you just kind of have to be like, okay, I'm ready for it, and just go for it. But no, I didn't, and I mean it's been going great ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to get some involved?
And as a Latina, I mean, I feel like I've said this before in another episode, but I feel like there's like so many expectations that like, oh my gosh, you have to do so much better than other women and other men especially. So how do you manage your time? Because you have 3 kids, a whole, 3 businesses on the side, and it's so crazy. I just want to give you your flowers también, that you're such an incredible woman for doing all of that and still being like, you're so young.
I got that energy, that's why.
She got motion.
Yeah. Right, for real. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Right now, it is kind of hard. I think that was the thing. Like, ask me last year, I was like, oh, I got this. But now it is kind of hard where I'm just kind of hard in the sense that I kind of have to, like, restructure my life right now. And just, this is my new normal. So now with 3 kids, it's just like, that was kind of a big, like, disruption in my life. In a good way, of course. But now it's like, okay, I have to make different plans. But I think that's the thing. Like, I don't think balance ever really, like, no one ever really has, like, pure balance in their life. It's just a matter of how you do manage it. I do have partners in my businesses, like in Bolden, for example, because that's more of a passion, we want to do that for the community. So that's been a big thing. Supera as well, I have a partner in that as well. So I think had it not been that, like, my core team, my core people to help me out, then I wouldn't be able to do it. But right now, it's looking like a lot of late nights, like where before maybe it wasn't, but right now it is going to look like that. So I have to just be okay with the new norm. So I think, like, if you're ever, when you're in that, like, season of transition, you just have to be okay with change. That
adapting to it.
Yeah, adapting. Because if not, it's going to drive you crazy. Yeah. Like, this is not how it's supposed to be, and it's not. But you'll get through it, and then you'll be like, now it's my new normal.
Yeah,
I like that. I guess kind of wrapping it up, honestly, I feel like we're having a pretty good flow here, and we're curious to hear what are your hopes for the future of, like, Omaha Michelada Fest, and then maybe even the future of Latino kind of festivals and events here in Omaha.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, I'd love to see more Latino festivals stem out of, just South Omaha. I think as it is, our community is growing, just not even in Omaha, but surrounding, like even the droves that are coming in from outside, of Omaha. But that's what my hope is, that this can be, something that ignites something for someone. Like I can do it too, or they reach out to me, hey, how'd you get into those spaces? So, we can all help each other out. As far as the Omaha Michelada Fest, I would really love to see this like as, well, one, we're paving the way, but I really want to see this evolve into like a Latino music festival. Okay. Where we highlight, big artists, because it's
Bad Bunny.
Best of Pluma, if you're watching this.
Please sponsor us.
Karol G.
Right, Karol G. Yeah, we want to bring that here because it's like, why not us too? Omaha's making such a big like name for ourselves. Like we're growing. Like even the investment that they've done to the Riverfront. Like why not utilize these spaces to actually do more and more than just our Latino community? People are interested in our community and the music. Like even Peso Pluma hitting number ones and things like that, or Bad Bunny on these charts. It's like that speaks volumes. So if we can bring in big Latino artists at the same time supporting our local, talent and vendors as well, that's really what I'd aspire to. Like I want this to be big.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that this is a great start. I mean, we're only in the first couple hours, and it's popping pretty well.
I'm like, is it?
Yeah. I mean, your angle might not be as good, but
you turn around and no one's there.
I mean,
the vendors already left.
Chill.
No, don't tell me that. I'm like, as I see people walk, I was like, oh my gosh.
No, but I think this is really awesome, and I really appreciate both you and Carlos taking the time to speak with us. I think that this insight, even like, I'll talk about it, even though we talk about like college and trades, I think entrepreneurship, even, you know, it's cliche, but Bill Gates, you know, they didn't finish college. Yeah. They went to go pursue what they believed in, and it worked out for them. Yeah. And I think we're trying to show people, Latinos too, that like there are multiple paths to like success and how you can help the community. And this is one of them.
Yeah. And success is very, what's it called? Subjective.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, like success doesn't mean that you have to make a lot of money, which, you know, I used to think that was the case.
Right.
So I wanted to be a doctor. I mean, no offense to doctors, but
it's a lot.
You guys make the big bucks. But like it has to be something that, you know, you're super passionate about.
Right.
Success can look different for a lot of people, and this is a great way to showcase what that can look like for someone.
No, most definitely. And I mean, now colleges and colleges, not just community, but also like the bigger universities are actually implementing more entrepreneurship in their actual programming, which I wish there was more of that, you know, back then. And I was even interested in just taking a class here and there just to see, because, you know, I'm just kind of like, why not? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of things I still got to learn, you know, besides doing it as I go, but I think more and more people are kind of entering that since COVID, so it's just going to keep on growing. But now it's like you can see it doesn't have to be like, I'm going to be, I don't know, I'm going to open a store, you know. It doesn't have to look like that. You can have a festival. And that's your business.
Sweet. Well, guys, thank you again for coming on here. Everyone, this has been our special episode here at the Omaha Michelada Fest down at the Riverfront. Thank you for joining Suleyma, Dayana, Carlos, and I. Special thank you to, you know, Hurrdat for coming out here. Grace, our producer. Shout out Grace. We really are excited for you guys to see this episode. So thank you guys for joining us.
And we'll see you on the next episode with your favorite co-host.
And we'll see you here at Omaha Michelada Fest next year.
Next year.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.